looking to throw. It's Levitt. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, every coordinator has a couple of two-point plays in his back pocket. They dialed one up there. They didn't get it. Let's see how that affects the outcome of this one.
And he's going to bring this one out. No idea what he could have been thinking to try to return that one, and they stop him at the 7. Let's see what they can get going on this drive as they snap it from the 7. Looking for space. It's Jackson. Nowhere to go on that one. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. The Buckeyes want to crank the tempo.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Ready, go! Say it. Quickly to the tight end. Crosses the 30. He's got it. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down.
And there used to be a time in college football where tight ends were just possession receivers. You throw it to him and he'd go down right away. Not this guy. That was a short throw. And then he shows you the athleticism once he has the ball in his hands. That's why he is such a tough matchup for any defense. Man, he's a problem.
Guys, LSU has the lead here. And we've reached the end of the 3rd, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. And send the tight end in motion. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game. Well, that just shows you how much this quarterback trusts his baller wide receiver. He was double covered on that play, and still the QB tried to force it over to him.
Western. Bubba. Ready, go.
From the gun on 3rd down, say it. He's got it along the sideline. Wide open spot. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Once he got some room, it was over. The Buckeyes with an answer.
And that is just outstanding execution on that pass. Great route by the receiver. Good timing on the throw by the QB. Receiver catches it in stride. Turns on the Jets.
They want to see if they can score the deuce. Say it. It's complete to the left. He's not quite going to get there, and the try for 2 fails, and they are unable to cut into this lead any further. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Finally stopped after a solid return out to the 32. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. That last score the defense allowed made it a 1-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure. There he goes! Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
He'll be knocked out of bounds after picking up a few. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Prime play action. On the run, still looking. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell.
Finding some room. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Tiger. Excellent pass by the back on the option.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a two-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up. Getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
And he's not going to take the touchback. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Giving up that last touchdown was an absolute killer. Now it's a two-possession game. They must get something here. They'll send the back in motion. Here's Sayin to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again.
Booster, booster.
Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter. You're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Lined up in the gun on third down. Sayin. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Throws to the wideout. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Got some room to run. Touchdown LSU. The defense putting points on the board.
And what a fantastic job by the defense there on that fourth down. They understand, obviously.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. He's got great speed. Just an outstanding return there and really sets up his offense nicely. Simmons the play fake. Lets it fly. With the catch, it's Lee. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch.
Upstairs to make the catch. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. The Tigers come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Off the left side, it's Hardy. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Here's Simmons to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Touchdown, Tigers. They get it into the end zone to clear out that opportunity. I can't imagine that going any better.
What a great start for this offense. Opening drive, come out, have success. You know, most offensive coordinators script their first 5 to 10 plays. Looks like that script worked pretty well.
Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. Fielded in the end zone, it's Denmark. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hawkins. Nifty run there. Pickup of 6 out through the 25.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, the throw. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
And every offense has plays that they really hang their hat on. And back in 1970, it was the toss. The toss play used to be the thing. You don't see as much of this nowadays. It's early in the game. Maybe it's something you wanted to show. Or, listen, maybe defensively this is something you need to start focusing on.
He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
And that's a big throw. That's a big-time throw on 3rd and really long.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. They'll run for it. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert and keep this drive going.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Gets it out fast.
And a really nice job on the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
The Hokies can play this second Didn't get a whole lot of yardage before he was stopped, but using the running back in the short passing game gives him a first down. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to get him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Makes the grab. It's Hawkins. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. 3rd and 6 yards to go. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. On the move. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. That's it for the period, and Missouri has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run it. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
And the Hokies are in the red zone. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Quick strike complete. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The screen, he's got wheels. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
Nice job by the defense, forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
Finding it tough to make positive yardage. Now 3rd and goal from the 2. Looking to throw. Got his man out of the backfield. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. Lining up for the point after and the lead.
And I think he does a really good job here. Dropping back to pass, surveying the field, sees he's got some open space out wide, dump it to your playmaker. The running back takes the football. He does the rest. Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the field, making a play.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Roberts. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They go play action with Simmons. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Simmons. Pocket breaking down. Got his man downfield. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got a man, it's Lee. Oh, he's got some speed. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Grab behind the line. It's Hardy. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Simmons on play action. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! No, in the end zone. He's got it.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
He'll bring it out. It's Denmark. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. He'll start this drive going to the air. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. He goes off of his first target, and you can tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Unloads to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Green. And he's brought down after a huge completion. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the 1st down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. The run inside. It's Overton. On his feet at the 40. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Lost a throw on 1st down. Got it behind the line. It's Overton. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. An 8-yard pickup on the 1st down completion. Now 2nd and 2. They'll run play action. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Took a shot as he threw.
Well, the defense is fast. If you can hit that quarterback with his speed and force those incompletions, man, that is impressive.
3rd and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the 1st here. Looking to throw for it. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 22.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning too. That was beautiful.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Rush is on him. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised. And initially, he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. He picks up the fumble, but they'll throw it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler. Clock stops as Virginia Tech calls its 1st timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Somehow got the screen into that traffic. A big stop from this defense as they force a 4th down and a decision coming right now.
You know, swing passes to the running back oftentimes are like an extension of the running game. That's like a sweep, but give the defense a ton of credit. The speed to be able to pursue and get to the football is why they've now set up 4th down.
They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. They've loved nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. Absolutely perfect. The lead is down to a field goal. Missouri will put a foot to it to start us in the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Denmark. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
After the productive first down play at 2nd and 6. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a hit. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
Man, oh man, that defensive end had a great get-off on that play. Exploded out of his three-point stance, is able to use the swim move and get to the QB.
He only needs a sliver of daylight. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had a much better field position this time around.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Throwing Simmons. Under fire. And they got it.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
The sack makes it an even longer third down chance for this offense. Quarterback making checks. Lined up in the gun. Here's Simmons on 3rd. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Man, that is such great third down defense. Seeing the football, breaking on the football, knowing where he's at, because he's probably going to get that first down, but nice timing. Sometimes guys get there just a little bit early, get the pass interference, but that was right on time to make the hit and dislodge that football.
Missouri will have to send out the punt team. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Let's see what he can do with it. He gets it out to the 17, the cover unit right there to make the stop. Here comes the Hokies offense to start this possession. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to cut it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Off-play action on first down. Fires complete on the crosser. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. If the Hokies can keep this up in the passing game, that'll make them touch that Hokie stone with a little more enthusiasm.
Yeah, it'll get them jacked up. It'll get excited. A lot of times with Virginia Tech, man, we've seen it. It's the defense. It's the special teams. But they can get that QB throwing the ball down the field and create some balance. It's when they have their best teams.
The He's peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. To the air on first down. Right down the middle. And the defense making a play and getting a hand on that pass.
It's nice having zone eyes on the quarterback. I tell you what, you got to lead, be smart, don't give up big plays, drop back in your zones, but watch, when the ball's thrown, you can see the guys break on the football immediately and go make a play.
Flips it out on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. He wants to throw it again. Almost had the completion. Just missed it.
And you thought maybe in the second half this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the defense has really had their number, not putting up a lot of points, and again, an empty possession.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He lets one fly deep. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come out of bankrupt. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Man, oh man, these offenses just haven't been able to find any room to get things going, David.
And to quote the great philosopher, Reese Davis, this is very ungood. Just nothing working for this offense, Palmer. They got to find something.
Well, the plays look good against the scout team during the week in practice, but they have just not been able to find a rhythm against this defense today.
Here's Simmons to throw. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. Takes it the other way. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Hokies.
And that is a critical error by the quarterback at a critical juncture of the game, right, David? This thing's already close, and it's the smallest mistake that could make the difference. That pick six certainly hurts his team, but there's a lot of football left, a lot of time left. You've got to be resilient as a quarterback. You have to be able to turn the page and get back out and attack the confidence.
You made a mistake. You're exactly right. We got to flush this. We got to move on. Obviously, the crowd goes nuts. The fans are all into it. The other side's energized. Now you got to go get your head together. Go watch the clip, see what happened. What did I do wrong? You got to get out there and go fix it because you still got a chance to win this ball game.
They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Simmons on the play fake. Under fire. And it's a sack.
That's not how you want to start a drive. On the very first play, you give up a sack and you lose a ton of yards. Quarterback, you've got to know, just throw the ball away, know when the play is over.
And the Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Simmons. It's complete on the right side. And he's wrestled to the ground.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. From the gun on 3rd down, Simmons lets it fly. And the shot play downfield falls harmlessly to the turf, and we've played 3 quarters. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Simmons to throw for it on 4th. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
And some people won't like that, but I like aggressiveness, and that's who they are as an offense, so it's okay to be aggressive. But I know one thing now. After that 4th down stop, and you're trailing, I'm going to need my defense to be aggressive. It's going to be a big possession right here in the fourth quarter to get me the football back.
Well, the offense has the lead, and we call this 4-minute offense. This is a situation that teams around the country practice, having the lead late in the game and needing to ice it by running the football and throwing high-percentage passes.
Motion from the back. Second down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed in the middle, it's Brown. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
There's a crease. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away, count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done, and now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
And he's going to bring this one out. He was looking for some running room, and not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here come the Missouri Tigers. The offense ready to go to work. Time is running short. They've let this game get away from them a little bit. They must get something done here to have a chance to pull it out late. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
He rifles one deep down the middle. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up anything big.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Throwing Simmons. This time he's got it.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone beater. Give credit to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
The Tigers lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. Austin Simmons firing again. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Normally, I would say, 4th and short on your own side of the field, you punt the ball away, but we're in the 4th quarter, and they need to keep this drive going to win. I say go for it.
Makes one man miss. Maybe some room here. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
I know there's a lot of people out there when they see 4th and inches, they're thinking QB sneak, push, but not this offense. They've got conventional ways. They can turn around, hand the football off, and rip off an explosive play like they did there.
Pressure coming, and down he goes.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long, but players like that getting after it.
That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. It's second and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Intercepted. They were back in their